14-year-olds, 100-meter mannequin with fins. In lane 1, we have Thandi Bosman from East London. Lane 2, Emily Rolfe, Clifton. Lane 3, Shaylee Powell, Fishhook. Lane 4, Sam Cause, Tux. Lane 5, Isabella Brooker from Clifton. Lane 6, Sabrina Kricher, Big Bay. Lane 7, Alexa Haldinger from Clifton. And in lane 8, we have Megan Waters from Big Bay. Those of you joining us on the live stream for the evening session of day 2 of the 2026 DHL Pool Lifesaving Championships for the seniors and juniors. Right, in the water we have heat 1 of the 14-year-olds, 100-meter mannequin with fins. See how many of these girls make it all the way underwater. Looks like we got lane 1, Thandi Bosman. It's popped up ahead. She'll go down just before she reaches the 50 meters to go down and retrieve the mannequin. Some great underwater visuals for those of you that have joined us on the live stream. It's Thandi Bosman in lane 1. That's out in lane 5. We have Isabella Brooker from Clifton doing really well there. Next to her we've got Sam Cause coming through as well from Tix. Sam having a beautiful swim here from Tix. We also have from Big Bay Sabrina Kricher, so it's Tix out in front, followed by Big Bay and Clifton. This is going to be a really, really good race. Let's have a look who's going to get the gold medal here. Oh, and I think that was Sabrina Kricher. But a very, very tight race between Sabrina from Big Bay and Sam Cause from Tix. Great swim, ladies. Well done. Getting ready for the second heat. These are the girls 15 to 16, A final. In lane 1 we have Mia Kroch from Fishhook. Lane 2, Layla Nixon, Mandela Dolphins. Lane 3, Grace Price, Mandela Dolphins. Lane 4, Zoe Steyn, Hearties. Lane 5, Casey Brevet from Clifton. Lane 6, Jessie Lee Laderach from Kings Beach. Lane 7, Daniela Harkis, Fishhook. And in lane 8, we've got Emma Neetling from Fishhook. Right, so in the second heat, we've got the 15 and 16-year-olds of the ladies 100-meter mannequin. Next to me, co-commentating, I've got Lolly Allett from Clifton. She's going to help me with some of the analysis here. Right, Lolly, let's have a look and see who pops up first. Right, that looks like
Four Hearties popping up first.
That's Zoe Stain, followed very closely by Race Prince from Mandela Dolphins. On the other side there, you've got one of your...
Casey Brewer connecting nicely, so is lane 6. Jessie Lee loaded up.
This is going to be a really, really close swim here.
It's going to be tight between 1 and 2. You're Heather too close to call.
Right, so we had Zoe Stain from Hearties in lane 4, Casey from
Clifton in lane 5, and Grace in lane 3 from Endor. We're going to have to wait for the times on that one.
That was an amazing race from these young ladies. I don't know who won that. Any one of them. We have a look.
That was an incredible swim back from Casey and Grace. Casey and Grace definitely with the strongest last 25.
Right, so our next heat is the 17 to 18-year-olds, the A final for the 100-meter mannequin with fins. In lane 1, we have Zante Nachel from Hearties. Lane 2, Renee Jabert, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 3, Amber Rose Berry, Clifton. Lane 4, South African record holder, Kyra van Heerden, Clifton. Lane 6, Kendra Bagley, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Jess Allett, one of yours, from Clifton. Then lane 7, Mara Badia from Summerstrand. And then lane 8, Erin Langenhoven from Big Bay. Lolly, we have quite a few of our national team swimmers in this heat.
Representing from both President's Team, National Team and ISRC. Nice to see a spread across the board.
Especially from our surf swimmers. Great to see them coming
Nice
through.
to see them.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more depth at the moment.
And I think that really bodes well for the future of our sport.
Absolutely.
Right, Kyra got off to a real flyer there in lane 4 from
Great
Clifton.
reaction time, and she's already pulling ahead.
I will see who comes up after the mannequin. I am going to put my money on Kyra.
Kyra with the body length at the turn.
Right, she pops up in a 24 flat.
Kendra Bagley making a good charge there in second. Jess Allett with a really nice fast arm. With Erin Langenhoven, looks like she could be gaining on them from the outside lane. But Kyra van Heerden, look at that kick.
Yeah, she does that butterfly
Beautiful
strokes.
Jess Allett is making a late charge up to Kendra Bagley.
53.50.
Unofficially for Kyra van Heerden.
It's a really good time there.
Coming in 3 seconds ahead of her prelim time.
Yeah. Well done, Kyra. Right, Lolly, we are heading in. We're just having a quick look at the replay.
Kyra off ahead at the 15 already. She'd had beautiful underwater work there. As she went into the turn, she was already a full body length ahead of the field, up and away before anyone else had turned. Really good cadence, and she uses those fins to the fullest advantage. Now we have our senior ladies. Let's see, Heather, can they replicate the time?
Now that's going to be interesting. So who we need to watch here will be Kendra Dutoy from Mandela Dolphins, out in a 57.36 this morning, and Savannah Voigt from Clifton in a 57.66. This is going to be an exciting race.
It's going to be a very tight race. And you can never really count out Nicola Harkis in a pair of fins.
There we go. Nicola Harkis in lane 2 from Fishhook. So in lane 1 we have Nicola Herbst from Summerstrand. Lane 2, Nicola Harkis, Fishhook. Lane 3, Carmel Sadler from Summerstrand. Lane 4, Kendra Dutoy, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 5, Savannah Voigt from Clifton. Lane 6, Tanya Peterson, Hearties. Lane 7, Sashley Emmons from Rocks. And in lane 8, Warris Mills from Fishhook. This is really packed with our international representatives.
And Heather, we can't count out the fact that we have some previous national champions from a couple of moons ago who are still sticking it here with the other senior ladies.
Yeah, no, Carmel Sadler was a former record holder in this event.
Looks like Kendra's ahead going into the turn.
Some great
with Carmel and
visuals.
Savannah right behind her.
Kendra's underwater time at 20.50.
Savannah with an incredibly fast arm, looks to be making up some time on Kendra there. And Carmel going strong.
And we've also got Tanya Peterson from Hearties.
Tanya Peterson making a very good swim there.
Very impressive swim here from Kendra Dutoy, followed by Savannah Voigt. And then Kendra Dutoy in a 56.50.
Savannah Voigt.
Savannah second.
Tanya Carmel, I can't decide who got third there.
Both Tanya and Carmel, former record holders in this event. So that's amazing to see that they've both come back. Well done, ladies.
As we welcome our under 15 boys to the deck and wait and see if we can catch it on the replay. Beautiful start from the girls there. Kendra pulling ahead at the 50. Really nice turns from the entire field. Savannah with a really nice fast arm there, but Kendra just controlling the pace the whole way through. Let's see if we can see. No, we won't see who got third.
That's that one. Moving on to the boys 14-year-olds, the 100-meter mannequin with fins. In lane 1, we have Callan Compton from Big Bay. Lane 2, Connor Horak, Summerstrand. Lane 3, Jaden Allett, Clifton. Lane 4, Christian van Heerden, Clifton. Lane 5, Miguel Rienan van der Merwe from Hearties. Lane 6, Diego Janssen, Big Bay. Lane 7, Zach Sampson, Clifton. And lane 8, Navan Bapu from Mandeville Dolphins.
Heather, I think it must be said that some of these under 15 boys are putting out some very impressive times for their first season. It's nice to see so many of them so close to the minute mark.
Yeah, and all of them are just, this time last year they were swimming nippers.
With the mannequin half the size.
Yeah, And I see there's a few of them that are wearing the rockets, otherwise most of them are still in the Russians.
I think we have one of them in rockets. Nice clean start, and I think the other thing worth mentioning is two of the boys have only just come up from nippers and are still racing as 13-year-olds.
Right. We still have one of them underwater. That is from Miguel from Hearties.
All of them going down now.
Let's see who
Good
pops
clean
up.
turns.
So that was
Mikhail
Clifton.
up.
I think that was Jaden.
We have Mikhail in lane 5, Christian in lane 4, and currently it looks to be Jaden in lane 3. Jaden, officially known as Bug Alex.
So
It's a tight battle between Mikhail and Christian here for who's going to take it. It looks like Christian could just be edging ahead. Who's going to get the touch? I think it's Mikhail. Christian.
Look at that time.
Bug. Under 15 boys winning it in an unofficial time of 57:42, Heather.
That is incredible.
The
3
future is
seconds
bright.
down. It is. It is indeed.
Absolutely
That was incredible.
incredible time.
And to think that they're doing these times with Russians.
With
the
Russians, not
fans.
even with rockets yet.
Yeah.
Here we go. Replay. Mikhail ahead at the turn with a really good clean turn. Looks like one or two of them may have got a little stuck on the wall there, but that's just experience showing through. It was a very tight battle there between Mikhail and Christian at the end. Mikhail just putting those long arms to use there. On to our B final for the under 17 boys. So good that we have B finals
It's
for all
amazing.
these boys.
It means that we've got quite a lot of depth. In lane 1, we've got Samuel Mocker from Fishhook. Lane 2, Rowan Faber, Hearties. Lane 3, Evan Neft from Fishhook. Lane 4, Nicholas Taylor from Summerstrand. In lane 5, Yushoto Tabata from Japan. So great to have our Japanese and German competitors with us. Lane 6, we've got Daniel Moynihan from Durban Surf. Lane 7, Kyoto Tahui from Clifton. And in lane 8, Jake Farrencotton from Llandudno.
Heather, there seems to be a small mistake there. That looks like it. It is a Braiding brother in lane 8, not Jake Valentine from Llandudno. But the boys are away nicely, and it looks like our middle lanes are setting the pace early. Nicholas Taylor incredibly fast up.
Nicholas, of course, the record holder in the 200 obstacles from last night. First
You
up
show up
was,
and away.
it was a 26.76 on that underwater split up with the mannequin.
Yusho showing us some really nice technique there. Nick Taylor is coming in hot though. Let's see if he can catch him at the finish. The arm rates are high. They're going stroke for stroke.
This is going to be another tough call. We've got Japan
Who's
and
gonna
Summerstrand.
Yusho, I think, just out touching him at the last.
I got him unofficial time 59.85.
The boys are on fire.
As we have a look at the replay, for those of you that are joining us on the live streaming, have a look at the turn. And we have Yusho Tabata in the white cap from Japan, who eventually won that in a unofficial time of 59 seconds. Of course, we have to wait for the official results. Right, we now move on to the boys 15 to 16, A final. In lane 1, we have AJ Brits from Mandela Dolphins. Lane 2, Luca Basson, Clifton. Lane 3, Jack Allett, Clifton. Lane 4, Johan Moorman, Kings Beach. Lane 5, Jan Lucas van Westhuizen, Big Bay. Lane 6, Stephen Waters, Big Bay. Lane 7, Callan McIntyre, Mandela Dolphins. And in lane 8, So Komatsu from Japan. Virtually this whole field went under 1 minute this morning in the heats.
Absolutely incredible times coming from everybody at these national champs. Heather, when last do you think we saw times this fast?
Especially from the juniors. I don't think it's been a while. It's really been a while.
And they're away. Lane 1 with a slightly slower start there.
That's AJ Brits from Mandela Dolphins. Most of them are still under the water, hop up and then go back down again.
Good clean turns, very nice away from the wall
coming out
there.
first is lane 6, Stephen Waters in a 23.91. Stephen having a magical swim there. He was of course one of our team members for the Orange Cup last year. But out in lane 8 we've got So Komatsu from Japan.
And Heather, they're all pulling even. It looks like Jack Allett's giving this a really good go, fighting hard there from lane 3. Stephen and Moynihan and Jan Lucas. Jack Allett in lane 3, followed by...
amazing for Jack, 52.69.
52.69 is a 3-second PB from this morning.
It's a fantastic swim for Jack.
That was a lightning fast swim by all of those boys. Heather, what do you think? Every boy in that heat under 59?
I think it could have been.
Off and away, nice underwater work. It was lane 8, Stephen, and lane 4 off at the wall first. Jack Allett with an incredible toe back there at the end. Jan Lucas in second with, is it Connor Moynihan? Johan Moorman, forgive me, in lane 4.
It's getting better and better.
Sure.
Right, in heat 4 we have the 17 to 18-year-olds A final. In lane 1 we got Troy McWilliam from Clifton. Lane 2, Rusai Takada from Japan. Lane 3, Matthew Pinsente, Clifton. Lane 4, Matthew Brooker, Clifton. Lane 5, Vaclav Horak from Woodridge. Lane 6, Caleb Janssen from Big Bay. Lane 7, Grant Neff, Fishhook. And in lane 8, Wade Bierkus from Fishhook.
No commentator's curse coming for this race here, Heather, but all these boys are capable of some very good times.
Well, we had Matthew Brooker going a 48.5 this morning. That's pretty quick.
That was pretty quick. Something he's been gunning for a while. Very nice start there from lane 5.
I don't think any of these boys are going to be coming up for the 50.
We'll see how tired they are after circling sitting around in the sun, but it looks like they are all off and away, and it looks like Matthew Brooker with an early lead. Matthew Brooker first off the wall.
And he was out in a 22.49. Right next to him is
Vaclav Horak.
Vaclav Horak from Woodridge.
Matthew Brooker, Vaclav Horak, followed by Matthew Pinchente.
Pinchente.
It looks as though Matthew Brooker is starting to put it down a little bit. Can he make that arm go a little bit faster?
Those fins are coming out the
Matthew
water.
Brooker, Matthew Pinchente, Vaclav Horak.
Winning time for Maddie Brook, 49.85. A little bit slower than tonight.
A little bit slower than this morning, but still underneath that magical 50-second mark.
That's a decent swim.
Very good racing by all three of those boys in the center lanes.
Yeah.
Ideally, the direction also as you put it straight into your mouth.
Right, we have the final heat for the men's 100-meter mannequin. In lane 1, we have Hayden Hemmons from Rocks. Lane 2, Connor Bagley, Kings Beach. Lane 3, Daniel Miller, Clifton. Lane 4, Aidan Borman, Tux. Lane 5, Aidan Mills, Tux. Lane 6, Len Douglas McKay, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Barrio van Niekerk from Hearties. The old man still up there being able to do everything. He'll kill me for that, but that's all right. And then in lane 8, Kienta Blanche from Clifton.
Heather, these boys are chasing some very fast times set by our juniors from the under 17s to the under 19s. Do you think they can up their performance and show us something special now?
Yeah, I think if we have a look at the times from this morning, we had Daniel, Aidan, and Aidan all in the 52 range. Len Douglas was there with a 53. We got Connor Bagley as well as Barrio. So let's see what they've got left in the tank.
This is anybody's race. And they're off and away, and it looks like Aidan Mills is going really well.
Oh, I don't know what
in
happened
lane
to
5.
Len Douglas.
Aidan and Aidan both going very nicely.
They're touching the wall in lane 19.
Aidan Bournemouth first off the wall.
And he pops up in a 22.13. This is Aidan's race.
Len is putting in a really good swim here with Barrio on the outside.
So we have out in front Aidan Borman from Tux.
And Dan Miller coming in and taking it on.
Unofficial time 48.73.
Dan Miller, Len.
That was
Aidan.
close. 51.59. Fourth place, Aidan Mills.
Barrio. Heather, it appears something happened with Connor Bagley in lane 2, popping up early and electing to swim. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure where he is. Did he get out? Oh, there he is. I'm not too sure if it was 48. Aidan.
With our senior men at Aidan Bournemouth going an unofficial time of 48.73.
National High Performance line 48.06. National High Performance line 48.06. Come on, it's the date.
Heather, as we take a look at the replay. Oh no, it was a disaster for Connor Bagley with Azos diving off his fin, flying off his foot. I have not seen that before.
That's a swimmer's worst nightmare. Might have put maybe a little bit too much soap into his fins.
Perhaps. I've never seen a rocket fly that high. At least not a rocket fin.
No.
And we turn our attention to everybody's favorite race, the 100 medley or 100 combined. Arguably the toughest race we have.
Oh, totally. This is lungbuster stuff. Right, so in heat 1, the 14-year-olds, we have Emily Roth from Clifton. Lane 2, Sabrina Kricher, Big Bay. Lane 3, Gemma Roman, Kings Beach. Lane 4, Tandy Bosman, East London. Lane 5, Alexa Heldinger, Clifton. Lane 6, Megan Waters, Big Bay. Right, so I need to make a correction here in lane 1. We've actually got Sam Cause. Apologies there, Sam. So Sam has come in the place of Emily Rolfe. So we've got Sam Cause in lane 1 from Tux. In lane 7, we've got Isabella Brooker from Clifton. And in lane 8, Gemma Blackburn from Clifton.
And Heather, this is a big jump up for these under 15s. As in nippers, they went 10 meters, and now we are going 17 and a half.
Wow. But it's amazing how quickly they, adapt to the new events, new equipment, new everything. Right, we're just having a short break while the underwater divers put all the mannequins in the correct position.
Amazing race. Amazing. Race. I think it's under, but from there.
Right, we getting the Right, so in lane 1 we have Sam Cause from Tix. Lane 2, Sabrina Kricker, Big Bay. 3, Gemma Roman, Kings Beach. 4, Tandy Bosman, East London. Lane 5, Alexa Heldinger from Clifton. Lane 6, Megan Waters, Big Bay. Lane 7, Isabella Brooker from Clifton. And in lane 8, Gemma Blackburn from Clifton. Those of you that are joining us on the live stream, welcome to the second evening of the 2026 DHL Pool Championships for our senior and junior athletes. Out in front in the 33.86 is Alexa Heldinger from Clifton. So they will complete the 17.5 meters underwater, retrieve the mannequin. And that was Tandy Bosman from East London, who had a really good underwater there. It's Tandy Bosman out in front in lane 4. So we have Tundi Bosman, we've got Gemma Roman from Kings Beach, and on the other side of Tundi we've got Alexa Heldinger from Clifton. But it is going to be lane 4 in an unofficial time of 1:22. That's Tundi, that's 4 seconds down from this morning's heats. Congratulations, and of course these are all unofficial times. Well done, ladies.
That's okay. I'm so happy for her. That arm technique. No, well done. I was very happy. Well done.
At Heat 2, we have the 15 and 16-year-olds, the A final for the 100-meter rescue medley. In lane 1, we have Mia Kroch from Fishhook. In lane 2, Casey Brevet from Clifton. Lane 3, Zoe Stein, Hearties. Lane 4, Jessie Lee Lederach from Kings Beach. Lane 5, Sienna Goos, Summerstrand. Lane 6, Hayley Blewett, Hearties. Lane 7, Daniela Harkis from Fishhook, and in lane 8, Caitlin Rossiter from Hearties. And they off. These are the girls 15 to 16-year-olds for the 100-meter rescue medley. It looks like Jessie Lee in lane 4, as well as Zoe Stein from Hearties in lane 3, and Sienna Goos putting in a good swim there from Summerstrand. Let's just have a look and see. Sienna out in front in lane 5. Turning in a 30.76. Let's just have a look and see who pops up first for the underwaters.
Nice to see all of these girls doing the tumble turn there, Heather. No one stopping on the wall to breathe.
And it's Sienna Goos, but followed very closely is Jessie Lee from Kings Beach. So we got Zoe Stein in lane 3, Jessie from Kings Beach 4, Sienna Goos from Summies, but out in front it is Jessie Lee Lederach from Kings Beach.
Beautifully strong carry there by Jessie Lee Lederach.
And she has that hybrid fly kick free, which generates a lot of power.
Hayley in lane 6 going well with the old side carry.
Ah, there we go. Good spot there, I didn't see that.
We don't see that technique too often anymore, but she puts that to really good use.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to cost her any time. With the replay, the girls were all off really nicely. Some of them look like they went a little bit harder out on that first 50, with a couple of them choosing to play it slightly safer.
We've got a B final happening now for the girls 17 and 18-year-olds. In lane 4 we have Nicole Norman from Tix, and in lane 5 Ellen Hodgkinson from Clifton.
Again, Heather, incredible to see that we have a B final in our rescue medley event.
Not many of the swimmers enjoy this event. At so lane 4 we got Nicole Norman from Tux, and in lane 5 Ellen Hodgkinson from Clifton. This is of course the ladies 17 to 18 B final of the 100 meter rescue medley.
As both our athletes make their way to the 45-meter mark as they prepare to hopefully both tumble. Heather, I know this was Ellen's first time doing this event this morning from a tumble. She was incredibly proud of herself, as she should be. Not many of us can manage that feat.
No, she went out in a 41.30.
Which is a respectable time. Maybe next year we should open this event up to a few of our spectators to see if they want to give it a crack.
I think the coaches as well. I think we should get all the coaches doing this event.
I vote for our managers. The girls with a really nice strong swim here. Ellen kicking hard.
Nicole from Tux also coming in there. This is a really tough race for all the girls. Nicole's making a move now on Ellen. Nicole having a really good 17 and a half coming into the wall.
They have pulled dead even.
Yeah, let's see how they go.
It could be Nicole pulling ahead of Ellen at the last. It looks to be Nicole at the wall.
That is a 141.91. Well done.
And our under 19 ladies take the deck with Kyra van Heerden in a second of her SA record events here, with one of our previous record holders, Shante Nagel, taking the deck too.
Again, this heat is packed with a lot of our international swimmers, either at the Protea or the President's team.
German representative from DLRG.
Alright, so in lane 1 we have Erin Langenhoven, Big Bay. Lane 2, Jessie Allett, Clifton. Lane 3, Zante Nagel, Hearties. Lane 4, Kyra van Heerden, Clifton. Lane 5, Mara Vadua, Summies. Lane 6, Kendra Begley, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Johanna Bondenberg from Germany. And in lane 8, Amber Rose Berry from Clifton. It's great to have the Germans with us, as well as those Japanese athletes, just helping to raise the standards of our swimmers.
Heather, I'm expecting to see Kyra van Heerden and Mara Vadua take this one out really quickly. Both of them are renowned sprinters in their swimming, along with Shante Nagel. It's all going to come back to who's got it for the way back. But it looks like Kyra and Jante are taking an early lead there.
It's
Kyra
Kyra
into
out
the-
in a 30.6.
That's an incredibly quick time to take that race out in.
Let's have a look what her underwaters are. I'm assuming she's going to pop up first. Yep. There's a
Kyra up, but pulled up
13.96.
right alongside her on that underwater was Myra the duo.
And also we've got Kendra Begley on the other side from Kings Beach. Out in front we've got Kyra van Heerden with that beautiful
Jante
butterfly.
Norfolk coming through there really nicely, passing Kendra Begley, going into third and looking like she is making a run at Myra the duo. Kyra van Heerden with the touch,
113.20
followed by Myra,
117.
Jante,
And 119.
Kendra.
I think all of those girls were under
Erin
the
and
120.
Jessie too close to call there, followed by our German competitor in lane 7, Johanna Bodenberg. And then Rosie Berry coming through.
Who's ever writing you guys? Who's announcing that?
Right, we're heading into another B final for the Open Woman. In lane 4 we have Tanya Petersen, a former national athlete from Hearties. And next to her from Summerstrand we've got Nicola Herbst.
Heather, I know we spoke about it earlier, but also so good to see so many of these ladies back.
Totally. And we've got the likes of Carmel Bilson, Carmel Sadler now, sorry Carmel.
Sasha Lee Hemmons,
Actually,
Tanya Petersen.
Yeah.
all our ladies very well represented.
That's fine, I think I'll wait.
While we wait, Heather, what does it take to succeed at an event like Rescue Medley?
I think you can't be scared to go out fast. If you don't get out quick, the chances of you doing a really good time are not good. So you really got to back yourself on the underwaters as well. So, but you really can't go out too slowly and then expect to be able to get the underwaters done and then try and come back quick. So I think, you know, if you're a sprinter, you need to, for the ladies, you need to get under the 30-second to be really competitive and to try and hit those OPEX and those record times potentially. But yeah, I think, and we saw it in the heats this morning, a lot of them, you know, went out, hung on to the wall, big breath, and then try and make the underwaters. That 17.5. Look at his total lung buster race. Right, that lactate acid brings up very quickly, especially if you're going out quick.
It does.
But I think that is the key to this race, is that you have to get out quick if you want to have a good time there. Can't be scared of this race.
This is not a race that allows you to be scared. It's a race that requires absolute fearlessness.
Total.
And for our Joburg friends coming down to the coast, I'm sure they enjoy it far more at the coast than they do at altitude.
Absolutely, lots of air.
Doing it at altitude is not fun.
No. Right, we just got a very short delay while we are waiting for the divers to place the mannequins in their correct positions for the athletes for this race.
We want to make sure that those mannequins are perfectly positioned for them, because if they're out after doing 50-meter sprint into a 17.5-meter underwater, it impacts their mood slightly when their mannequins are a little skew.
Right, swimmers are under starters orders.
Good clean dives, beautiful entries.
Tanya had a really good underwater from her start.
And here the Tanya Peterser, who has not done this in about 5 minutes, who is still coming back and showing us all how it's done, even despite her apparent lack of training, as she would say.
Exactly. So out in a
Both girls
32.35. See who pops up here. Tanya's underwater in a 15.33.
With Tanya coming up and showing us that side stroke, as I understand it, back in the day, Tanya set some pretty impressive records with this, and you can see how she is actually pulling away from Nicola Herbst using that side stroke.
She's got an incredible underwater kick, has Tanya. And this style for the mannequin carry has certainly served her well over the years. And she's going to come in for a win.
It could be close at the wall.
Yeah.
Tanya just out-touching
Tanya in a
Nicola.
125.54.
In a time of 1:25, unofficially 3 seconds down from this morning's heat at 1:28.
Impressive swims.
And now, Heather, we get to talk through some of the fastest ladies possibly in the world to do this event. With Anna Fiona coming through in lane 5 this morning, setting a time of 1:17.
And we also have Yvonne Pren, also from Germany, in a 1:14. So this is going to be a very quick race. Right, in lane 1 we have Sasha Lee Hemmens from Rocks. Lane 2, Nicola Harkis, Fishhook. Lane 3, Savannah Voigt from Clifton. Lane 4, Yvonne Pren, Germany. Right, lane 1, we've got Sasha from Rocks, 2, Nicola from Fishhook, 3, Savannah from Clifton, lane 4, Yvonne from Germany, lane 5, Anna Fiona, Germany, lane 6, Kendra Dutoy, Mandeville Dolphins, lane 7, Carmel Sadler from Summerstrand, and in lane 8, Amika Diaga from Clifton.
And Heather, Savannah Voigt is taking this race to the rest of the field, along with Amika Diaga, the two of them leading from the charge. Savannah Voigt turning first, followed by Amika and Sasha Hemmens.
Savannah was out in a 28.8, exactly what I was talking about a little bit earlier. If you want to do anything in this race for these ladies, you've got to be under the 30.
Savannah Voigt picking up first into that signature arm stroke of hers.
Right, this is going to be a battle now between Savannah and Yvonne Pren from Germany. It looks like Yvonne is out there in front. Yvonne Pren from Germany out in front at the moment. She had a morning time of 1:14.77. This is also going to be very quick. Unofficial time, a 1:13.03. Lane 5 in second place. That is Anna Fiona Voigt, also from Germany. in a 1:15. So the two Germans taking 1-2 in the open ladies 100-meter rescue medley. Second place 1:15. That was Yvonne Pren from Germany. Some great swims from our international competitors as well as our local competitors. So on the replay we see Yvonne coming in. We have Anna Fiona. Looks like Kendra may have
just out-touched Savannah there.
Yeah.
Heather, this is where it's going to be fascinating. Can our under 15 boys go out as fast as our senior ladies?
Ah, that's a challenge for them. Right, we're moving on to the boys, 14-year-olds. In Heat 1, we've got Lane 1, Luca Hamlet, Woodridge. Lane 2, Zach Sampson, Clifton. Lane 3, Jaden Allett, Clifton. Lane 4, Miguel Ruben van der Merwe from Hearties. Lane 5, Christian van Heerden, Clifton. Lane 6, Praneet Nangandra Karma, Big Bay. Lane 7, Nuvan Bapu, Mandeville Dolphins. And in Lane 8, Edward Akonescu from Hearties. Our fastest time this morning was from Miguel from Hearties. He went out in a 1:17.91, followed by Christian from Clifton in a 1:18. So all eyes will be on those two center lanes, lane 4 and lane 5.
With some very respectable times put up here that rival some of our B finalists from this morning, even potentially our A finalists. And Heather, as expected, it is those. Wow, Zach Sampson putting in a charge there. Taking a look at our other camera angle, there are 4 of them in a line. As the boys slow down into the wall, Jaden Allett electing to touch and turn along with Mikhail.
He was out, Jaden was out in
The
a
boys
29.97.
breaststroke. At the bottom there, I'm sure their coaches will not be too happy with that.
And so out in front at the moment is lane 3, that is Jaden Allett. But we have Jaden Allett in lane 3, Christian van Heerden in lane 5.
And here that looks like Mikhail's coming through with Christian, and there is a big charge here from these boys. Christian van Heerden pulling ahead.
He's that last 5
Will
meters.
Mikhail use those long arms again for second? Jaden Allett in third.
So that was a great win for lane 5, Christian van Heerden, unofficial time 1:15.97. That's great swims from the Clifton boys.
And Heather, no one likes when the referees approach their lane. Every coach, parent holds their breath. And we all know that feeling, the sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach.
And unfortunately on this race, if you come up before the 17.5, that means a DQ for you.
And having been in that position where I've had to walk up to kids and disqualify them, it's not something any of us enjoy doing.
Absolutely not.
But well done to every single one of them. They took it out hard, gave it a go. some very good racing there. Did you happen to get a final time?
I did. It was a 1:15.97 unofficial. That was from
It looks like all three of our boys in the top three dropped from this morning.
That's fantastic. Right, we've got a B final in the boys 15 to 16-year-olds. In lane 1, we have Yoshutu Tabata from Japan. Lane 2, Callan McIntyre, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 3, AJ Brits, Mandeville Dolphins. Lane 4, Craig McClamott from Germany. In lane 5, Nicholas Taylor from Summies. Lane 6, Daniel Monahan from Durban Surf. Lane 7, Ruan Faber, Hearties. And in lane 8, Michael Goodall from Clifton.
Heather, and I think it must be noted when you look at the size difference from the under 15s to the under 17s to the under 19s and then to our open men, we get to see just how much more power there is, which is testament to their times.
Yeah. Out in front we have Nicholas Taylor from Summerstrand. See what Nicholas does. He turns in a 29.09. Let's have a look and see who pops up first on the underwaters. Some great underwater footage from our cameras. Yes, that was Nicholas Taylor from Summerstrand, just repositioning his mannequin as he popped up there.
Let's see if that holds well for him there.
Now we've got lane 4, Craig
McClymont's pulling even with Nick Taylor there.
Craig
executing that straight arm beautifully. Nice long grab.
That's our German international competitor. He's going to come in with the win here in a time of 1:14.27. 3 seconds down from his morning heats time. Great win for the German young man. Right, so just on the replays, if you're with us with the live stream, we'll see there in lane 5, that was Nicholas Taylor from Summerstrand. Just had a little bit of a blips there as he tried to correct his mannequin position, but came in strong for a second place. Right, our A final for the men 15 to 16. 100-meter rescue medley. In lane 1, Ben Brinkman from Germany. Lane 2, Luca Basson, Clifton. Lane 3, Jan Lucas van der Westhuizen, Big Bay. Lane 4, Nicholas Pretorius, Kings Beach. Lane 5, Jack Allett, Clifton. Lane 6, Johan Moorman, Kings Beach. Lane 7, So Komatsu from Japan. And in lane 8, Stephen Waters from Big Bay.
Nicholas Pretorius with a very impressive swim in the 200 obs yesterday, setting a new South African record. We know he's capable of going a 23 high across the 50. What do you think he's going to show us now across this 50?
How big are his lungs? How big are his lungs?
I have a feeling they're pretty big.
I reckon if he can go 26, 27.
He's coming off a very successful Sanjay. where, if I am not mistaken, he went a 51-100 free.
That's incredible. Young man has a bright future in lifesaving.
Nicholas Pretorius is the current SA record holder in a 111 for the boys 14-year-old division. The current record for this age group is a 106.39 set by Aidan Bourneman. We should be in for a very good race.
Yeah, that's from beginner stuff.
Right, we're just waiting for the go-ahead from the equipment officer, so that we can get the swimmers, the 15 and 16-year-olds, under starters orders.
Beautiful start there by all the boys going into those underwaters. Nick Pretorius, the last one to come up, charging across the pool.
He's got an amazing dive using those underwaters.
While Heather waits with her stopwatch in hand to eagerly give us his split for his first 50. None of these boys look like they are giving anything less as they go into the
26.3, that's what I called.
out at a 26.3. If he can tow back in under 30, we could see.
Right, he was
And
out
he's
in
up.
a 12.5 underwater. That is for Nicholas Pretorius from Kings Beach, who is out in front at
Heather,
the moment.
look at the kick on that. But lane 5 and lane 6 are pulling up.
Jack.
So is Luca Besson in lane 2. There is a huge charge here for the finish. It is going to be incredibly tight. Nick Pretorius more than a body length out front. In second, Jack Allett, followed by lane 6. Johan Mulman getting third.
Unofficial time for Nick Pretorius is a 106.20.
We may have just witnessed a new SA record, but we will have to wait for the official times to come through.
That was a great swim from him to go out in a 26 and bring it back in a 106.
Heather, do
Really
you think
great
the
swim.
timekeepers would be upset with us if we rushed over to find out their time?
I think we still have to wait for the official results. It'll be great if he gets another SA record with that.
It would be. But on the whole, from the entire heat, that was an incredible swim. It didn't look like any of the boys backed off towards the end of that 50.
No, they were all giving it flat out. They were really giving it their all.
Gone
But
are the
we got-
days of taking that opening 50 conservatively and slowing down in the last 25.
There's no ways you can do that if you want to do a good time these days. You've got to get out quick. You just got to race fast. There's no slacking for anything. At our B final for the 17 and 18-year-old boys, we have two swimmers here. In lane 4, we've got Grant Neft from Fishhook, and in lane 5, Shetner Reed from Kings Beach.
Heather, I'm pretty sure for some of these athletes this morning when they did their rescue medley, they did not think that they would be doing this again.
Most of them probably thought they were done. Right, so we've got Grant and Shetner from Fishhook and Kings Beach, respectively. Let's see who, so that is the Kings Beach boy, that is Grant Neft. Shetner Reed from Kings Beach, out in a 31.84.
With Grant Neff choosing to take a slightly longer break on the wall, we'll see if that pays off for him on the toe back. Shatar Reed going nicely, but it does look like Grant Neff may be closing the gap there a little on him. Looks like that extra breath for him may have paid off.
That's what he needed before he went 17.5 meters underwater.
Oh, Heather, it looks like the boys are tiring slightly. Let's bring them home. As we go for the finish, who's going to get it on the wall? It looks like it goes the way of Grant Neft and then Shatar Reed from Kings Beach.
Unofficial time there for Grant, 1:27, which is a massive drop for him from this morning, where he went a 1:34.21.
Perhaps they were holding out on us this morning.
I think so.
It's amazing what a final session can do.
Absolutely.
All the extra excitement and energy that the crowd is bringing. The crowd's been quite lively tonight.
Yes, it's been awesome. The swimmers really feed off all of that encouragement that they get from the crowd, so it's really great that they've got all the support this evening. I think with the relays coming up later, this swimming pool is not going to have a roof on it anymore. Right, we've got our A final for the boys 17 and 18 100 meter rescue medley. In lane 1, we've got Troy McWilliam from Clifton. Lane 2, Liam Schweitzer from Summies. Lane 3, Vaclav Horak, Woodridge. Lane 4, Bryce Minderon, Kings Beach. Lane 5, Matthew Pincente, Clifton. Lane 6, Matthew Brooker, Clifton. Lane 6, Rasai Takada from Japan. And in lane 8, Wade Bjerkes from Fishhook. Who's your money on for this one?
It was very tight earlier between Bryce and Matthew Pincente. Both of them have an incredible 50 sprint. I think we're in for it. And they're off. Heather, are we going to see them go out in something faster than a 26 that we saw in the under 17s? If we take a look out at Bryce Minderon in lane 4 with his incredibly low breathing, wasting no energy, as he's changed his breathing tactically to breathe towards Matthew Pincente on that 50. 27.14, slightly slower than Nick Pretorius, but let's see how the underwaters go. Bryce Minderon's up first using the freestyle technique, and Matthew Pincente is chasing hard with that beautiful butterfly carry. Heather, we are going to be in for a tight one here. Bryce breathing really low. Matthew Brooker coming storming through in third there, along with Vaclav Horak in lane 3.
.106.14 for unofficial time for Bryce Minderon. The second off his heat.
That was a beautiful race by those three boys there. It looked like Matthew Pincente put in a late charge. Bryce Minderon double breathing first into the turn. Beautiful push off and underwater work by all the boys, going very nice and deep. Really interesting to see all the different carry techniques in our top 3 boys there. Heather, look at that finish. That's going to come down to splits.
Totally. What great swims though from all 3 of those boys. Right, we're moving on to the final heat, the men's open 100 meter rescue medley.
And Heather, we have Barrio back in this race, mixing it up.
Barrio just never knows when to stop. He just keeps going. And he's certainly, I mean, he's made 2 A finals. He's
And
40
Barrio coming in this one, ranked second fastest of the night. With Hayden Hemmings ranked as the fastest.
Right, so let's have, in lane 1 we've got Aidan Mills from Tix. Lane 2, Daniel Miller, Clifton. Lane 3, Aidan Borman, Tix. Lane 4, Hayden Hemmings from Rocks. Lane 5, Barrio from Nico, Carties. Lane 6, Connor Bagley, Kings Beach. Lane 7, Kian Tablanche, Clifton. And in lane 8, Len Douglas McKay from Kings Beach. I think these middle lanes are going to give us a real treat in terms of splits and finish times. We've got Aidan in lane 3, lane 4 Hayden, lane 5 Barrio, and in lane 6 Connor Bagley. Sure, Connor wants to make up for his 100 mannequin with fins. So we had Aidan Borman and Hayden Hemmings come up first. Looks like Aidan Borman from Tix out in front slightly. Followed closely by Hayden and then Barrio van Niekerk from Harties in lane 5. Just have a look and see who tumbles first there. I think it's going to be Aidan. Let's have a look, 26.35. That's a nice fast split for the young man.
And Heather, that almost looked like he chose to slow down slightly on those last 5 meters into the wall. Makes you wonder what's possible there for him.
Yeah, he's out in front in 11.75, but followed very, very closely by Hayden Hemmings as well as Barrio van Niekerk. So we've got Aidan Borman.
Hayden Hemmings with an unfortunate drop there as he picked up. He almost had to reset his mannequin. But Aidan Borman going through strongly, putting almost a full body length there. As he storms and goes into the finish, Aidan Borman, too tight to call between Barrio and Hayden Hemmings.
Aidan in an unofficial time of 104.92. That's a really good time for Aidan. He was in a
104.92.
109 this morning.
Coming down for Aidan Borman by 5 seconds from prelims this morning. The fastest time we've seen this evening.
Yes, and 2 seconds off the SA record for Aidan.
The SA record that has stood now for the last 8 years.
Anthony Peterson, no, he got it.
Martin
Binnerdell, yeah. I think he said that in 2018 at World Champs in Australia.
Nice to see the boys getting so close to that time.
It was some fantastic individual racing now to conclude this evening's proceedings. We are now going to move into the relays. Our first relay, we have the 4x50 pool lifesaver. We've got the girls 14 to 18. Have in heat 1, in lane 3, we have the team from Clifton. Lane 4, Summerstrand, and in lane 5, we have Clifton B team.
And this is probably the hardest relay in leg 3 to do, when they have to carry the mannequin 50 meters without fins. I know all coaches and managers alike have probably wanted the girls to toss a coin to see who's going to do that, but it's very strategic in who you choose to do that leg. Hey, Heather.
Yeah, you've got to have a really good mannequin carry without fins to manage a 50 meter. You know, usually the relays, the 4x25, all of the other events, it's usually a 25 carry without fins. This is a full 50 meters, and it's really, really tough.
It's an event that requires a fair amount of endurance.
Yeah. Right, so in lane 3, the Clifton team. Bit of a mishap there.
Slight confusion there in lane 3, but they managed to find their teammates.
Lane 3
Thankfully,
is,
before it's too late.
Yeah, there we go. So the team from Clifton, we've got Hannah Burke, Emily Rolfe, Reese Noble, and Gemma Blackburn. From Summies in lane 4, we have Meg Wenzel, Sakana McInto, Sabella Surdane, and Emma Wenzel. And in lane 5, we've got the Clifton B team, Isabella Brooker, Alexa Heldinger, Casey Brever, and Ellen Hodgkinson.
You can buy some more if you want. If you need to, you can buy some more.
Heather, it looks like our girls are having a really good time there behind the blocks. It's good to see them relaxed and having fun and even doing a little bit of a dance vibe. And our judge there getting in on it also looked like he was bopping a little.
That's the thing about lifesaving. Everybody's here to have a bit of fun, even the officials. Had a very long day today.
As our timekeepers make their way around, and we're going to start in the deep end, swimming deep to deep.
For those of you that are watching the live stream, we are commencing with the 4x50 pool lifesaver relay. These are the girls 14 to 18. In lane 3 we've got Clifton, 4 Summerstrand, and in lane 5 Clifton B. So just a quick reminder of the order of events. We have the first 50 without freestyle without fins, second 50 freestyle with fins. A lot of them will go underwater for that. And then that athlete will then pick up the mannequin, bring it up to the surface, and pass it on to the third swimmer, who does a third length mannequin carry without fins, and then the last leg will be the mannequin carry with fins. As we chatted about earlier, that third length is where you draw straws. Nobody wants to do that.
The third leg is like the medley, one of the hardest to do. But I think the girls who carry in fins would argue and say that theirs is equally hard because their legs burn in those fins on that 50-meter carry.
Yeah.
And after a day where we've had 50-meter we've had 100-meter mannequin and 100 rescue medley, it's going to see how well these girls' legs hold up.
Well, it's been a tough day of racing for all of the competitors today. So let's just quickly chat about world champs that are coming up in towards the end of the year. How do you think we stand in terms, perhaps more for the inter-club competition? What do you think? Well, world champs, what are your thoughts about world champs happening at the end of the year? What do you think about world champs?
Very excited for world champs coming up. I could see the depth in in all our competitors coming through. It looks like it's been a season with a lot of graft, especially in the pool side. If we look at how the times have dropped, we look at the skill levels that are currently being shown here. I think as we head into off-season after nationals, we are going to see some very good base training. And if we look at how our athletes are comparing with our international visitors, I think we are on the right track as we head into world champs.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how, especially I think at the interclub competition. For me, that is an amazing competition. It gives, and especially for us at home, where we can have a lot of our athletes coming in, experiencing that world champs vibe, getting that international competition. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome for all of our athletes, whether they are making a team or not, just that they can be here, for the officials that have been selected to come and represent South Africa as part of the technical officials team. I just think it's an amazing experience for everybody involved.
It's going to be quite something to be a part of, and hopefully we will get to see a lot of these athletes in action. And here they're going back to what we were saying earlier about world champs. I think it's really good to see, because we have so many more athletes competing across from nippers, junior, seniors, and particularly our masters contingents that's grown by over 100 competitors this season.
It's insane, and it's absolutely awesome.
But if we turn our attention to the racing, we have the two Clifton teams going head to head as they approach the wall. We have Hannah Burke and Alexa Heltzinger touching at almost the exact same time, followed by Summerstrand. Will these girls go the 50 underwater, or are we going to see them pop up?
Well, the first time there was out in a 29.47.
Like the Clifton team, the C team, I think it is, in lane 2, slightly ahead as they head towards that mannequin.
You've got some great underwater visuals of the athletes picking the mannequin up, passing it to the third leg swimmer.
Oh, and a slight fumble there for the Clifton team in lane 3, but their swimmer is really giving it a go. Casey Bruet in lane 5, showing us some beautiful 50-meter mani, and ironically, this is her favorite leg of this relay.
That's quite something, especially for the youngsters.
For Casey, there's no short straw here. This is hers, and she is making it her own. She took over the mannequin with all of them together, and Casey has managed to put almost 2 body lengths into the other 2 relay teams. She comes in for the touch on the wall. Let's see how this changeover goes, with a beautiful assist there into Bella Brooker, who takes off utilizing that beautiful dolphin kick of hers. And 2 and 3 are off. Ellen Hodgkinson with an incredible, is that Ellen Hodgkinson? No, forgive me, that looks like Emily Ruff with a beautiful fast arm there. Bella Brooker coming in and done.
Time of 2:30.16.
The current record here is a 2:19 Hell Buddy South African girls. Looks like that would have been set at
2022. That would have been world champs 2022.
2022.
Yeah, in Italy. Right. Great first heat for the girls 14 to 18, 200 meter, 4x50 pool.
And our referees have given the thumbs up, much to the delight of every team in the water. Heather, that relay team waits as you watch the officials walk past, and they do the slow down and then speed up past your lane. Sets everybody's nerves on edge.
Absolutely. It's like, no, don't stop at my lane. It wasn't me, I promise.
As they pass your lane, the entire relay team and stand breathes a collective sigh of relief.
Right, we're moving on to the second final of the girls 14 to 18 4x50 pool lifesaver relay. In lane 1 we have Big Bay, lane 2 Summerstrand, 3 Kings Beach, 4 Mandela Dolphins, 5 Fishhook, 6 Hearties, 7 Clifton, and in lane 8 Kings Beach. It's our Big Bay team in lane 1, Abigail Kirkland, Sabina Kricher, Erin Langenhoven and Megan Waters. Summerstrand, lane 2, Morgan Khoos, Sienna Khoos, Myra Vadua, Michaela White. Lane 3, Kings Beach, Kendra Bedley, Jamar Roman, Jessie Lee Landerach and Isabel Kuhn. Mandeville Dolphins, lane 4, Layla Nixon, Grace Price, Charlene Comer and Renee Jabir. Lane 5 from Fishhook, Shaylee Powell, Katja Bova-Elson, Daniela Harkis, Mia Kroch. Lane 6 Hearties, Haley Brewitt, Caitlin Rossiter, Zante Nachel and Zoe Stain. Lane 7 Clifton, Riziki Mokotsi, Cara van Heerden, Jessie Allett and Amber Rose Berry. And in lane 8 Kings Beach, Melamine Mostert, Kylie Vincenzi, Chloe Joel and Caden O'Connell.
This is a very tight race, so it looks like it could be Kings Beach, Clifton and Summerstrand all taking off together.
They were all out around about a 29 or so.
Some very fast swimming from those girls. As we head into their underwater, it's difficult to see who's ahead at this stage.
Looks like it's Kings Beach. Kings Beach and Summerstrand.
From Summerstrand, Kings Beach and Clifton all away, followed closely by Hearties. Kyra van Heerden with that beautiful butterfly carry of hers. She really manages to put so much power into that carry. As they come past us, Kyra van Heerden has more than a body length on the second place team, but Summerstrand is making a good comeback here. It's all going to come down to the fin leg here, Heather.
Now the final leg looks like
We have
Clifton out
Amber
in
Rose
front.
Berry going for Clifton in lane 7, followed by the team from Summerstrand in lane 2. Hearties making an impressive comeback in lane 7, followed by Fisher in lane 5. Fisher, Hearties and Kings Beach all neck and neck. The crowd is losing its mind. So much support for these girls as they come into the finish. Clifton, followed by Summerstrand.
And I think that was Hearties in lane 6. A little bit too tight to
Can't
call.
really tell there between Hearties and Fishhook. We're going to have to wait for that final result. But what a swim by those ladies.
Amazing relay swims from all of them.
It was a great start by our sprinters who set the pace really well, nice and early, with 4 teams touching in very quick succession. Then it was all up to the fin leg, many of them electing to come up 4-stroke and back down. Very nice clean changeovers. Kyra van Heerden really taking it away for Clifton there. And then Amber Rose Berry bringing it home. Oh, Heather. It looks like it was Harty's Summerstrand followed by Fishhook. We didn't see that from our angle.
No, we definitely didn't.
The Harty's Finn swimmer there put in a massive effort at that last 50.
I think that might have actually been Shantae. Where's Harty's?
Zoe Stain.
Zoe Stain, yeah. That's an
We
impressive,
know Zoe
impressive
Stain
swim.
is
Yeah.
an incredibly strong Finn swimmer,
Yeah.
and she showed it there.
No, it's nice to know I can do that by myself.
Now we're on to our boys. Junior boys 14 to 18. With 14 teams contesting this race. Heather, it's really showing just how much our sport is growing. Not too many nationals ago, we wouldn't have had a full heat.
Yeah.
Now we have 14 teams contesting this final. And by the fact that they are in the first heat, don't let that deceive you. They are still going to put up some incredibly fast times.
Right, so we don't have anyone from Kings Beach in this final, but lane 2 Clifton, 3 Summerstrand, 4 Llandudno, 6 Clifton, and in lane 7 Kings Beach.
The two Clifton swimmers having a great swim here, followed by Summerstrand and Kings Beach. Summerstrand coming through beautifully there.
Clifton out in a 25.5.
And our Finn swimmers are off.
So Clifton C still out in front, that is in lane 2.
I think that is Clifton B that has taken the lead in lane 6 there, Heather. And they are away on their 50. Carry a slight mishap there for lane 6. But look at the work rate coming from, that looks like Jake Hutton in lane 6. He's known for his speed across the sand, but he's really showing what he's capable of on this 50-meter carry with the mannequin here.
It's great to see some of our surfies really coming through in the pool as well.
We have another one in lane 2, that is Kaito Tui. Nice to see two beach sprinters in the pool and really managing to give it a go. Kaito Tui managed to put in a really nice catch up there. With Christian van Heerden now taking off for lane 6. That is Clifton B, followed by Llandudno. Good to have them back in the pool with us.
Amazing kick from that last swimmer from Llandudno. See, there's hardly any water on his back because of his kick. It's coming through.
Clifton B taking out that heat, followed by Llandudno. Clifton C, Summerstrand, and then Kings Beach C. Okay, folks, let's bring home Kings Beach C. Let's bring him in.
Tough relay for some of these youngsters. Well done.
Well done, Kings Beach C.
Just wait for the all clear to be given from the technical officials on pool deck before we move on to heat 2 of the boys 14 to 18 200 meter 4x50 pool lifesaver relay.
Heather, as we watch our judges, they're having a discussion.
I think they've all
Never
been-
an easy task for them.
Coming onto pool deck in lane 1, we have Big Bay, made up of Callan Compton, Stephen Waters, Jan Lucas van der Westhuizen and Caleb Janssen. Lane 2, the team from Woodridge, Luca Hamlet, Cade Klinkert, Vaclav Horak and David Joshua Marcotta. Lane 3, Clifton A, Jack Allett, Matthew Pincente, Luca Basson and Matthew Brooker. Lane 4, the team from Summerstrand, Connor Horak, Liam Schweitzer, Nicholas Taylor and Leon Dipper. Lane 5, Harties, Ruan Faber, Joshua Stain, Edward Akanasu and Miguel Ruben van der Merwe. Lane 6, Kings Beach, Johan Moorman, Nicholas Pretorius, Troy Bridolf and Bryce Minderon. Lane 7, Fishhook, Grant Neft, Samuel Mocker, Idris Hamaldian and Jared Cole. And in lane 8, the team from Seagulls, Gershwin Lewis, Rashad Rajal, Luke Potgieter and Rashid Rajal.
And here that looks like Nicholas Pretorius is going to lead off for the Kings Beach 18. Perhaps it's
Be interesting to see what
We'll
he
see
goes
at
with
24.
50. Yeah.
this is going to be an incredibly fast 50 by these boys.
Let's look at that speed coming from Kings Beach.
Nick Pretorius followed by Luca Basson, Summer Strand and Big Bay.
Let's try and get Nick's spot. 24.22.
24.22 for Kings Beach, and I am going to assume that our Big Bay, Summer Strand and Clifton competitors were in the high 24s there too, Heather.
Yeah, got some great underwater
Summer
visuals.
Strand up early. Down, Heather, many of our competitors electing to go the full 50 there.
Kings Beach still out in front there. Underwater was a 23.28.
Kings Beach is away, Clifton is away. It's Bryce from Kings Beach, followed by Matthew Pincente. These two had a really good tussle in the rescue medley earlier, and it looks like Matthew Pincente is pulling up level and passing Bryce Minderon. Big Bay having an incredible swim in lane 1.
We got Maddie Brooker now with the fins for
Going to come
Clifton.
down to these changeovers. Big Bay away, that is Matthew Brooker.
In
Kings Beach having a slight wobble with their mannequin and resetting their carry. The very fast arm of Frosty Compton in lane 1, but look at Matthew Brooker go. He has absolutely pulled away from the field. An incredible swim there from Clifton A. Kings Beach touching in second. Big Bay in third. Summerstrand taking home fourth.
Right, Lolly, the boys came in on a 153.97. Very close to the SA record of 152.73 set in 2024 by the President's team at the Orange Cup. That team was under Swanepoel, Liam Schweitzer, Bryce Minderon and Christian Botma. A fantastic place.
It must be said that in that Clifton A team, there are 3 national representatives alongside Luca Besson.
Yeah.
That was an incredible effort by the 4 of them. It looks like our referees are going to have a word. And if we look to the far end of the pool, where our girls are getting ready for their race.
These are the open girls for the 4x50 pool lifesaver relay. They are coming onto pool deck now.
Our penultimate event of the evening.
And in lane 1 we have Clifton, Hannah Burke, Amber Rose Berry, Ellen Hodgkinson and Imani Machotzi. Lane 2 the team from Germany, Janke Kron, Anna Fiona Foltz and Yvonne Pren with Johanna Bonnenberg. In lane 3 we have Summerstrand, Mara Vadua, Nicola Herbst, Carmel Sadler and Michaela White. Lane 4 from Clifton we've got Jessie Allett, Savannah Voigt, Cara van Heerden and Amika de Jager. Lane 5, Fishhook, Holly Smith, Warris Mills, Nicola Harkis and Emma Neertling. Lane 6, Kings Beach, Caitlin Forward, Kendra Begley, Jessie Lee Lederach and Chloe Jewell. And in lane 7, Summerstrand, Rebecca Harkham, Georgia Stone, Zakeka McInto and Tegan Brenner. Under starters orders for the women's 4x50 pool lifesaver relay. Right, we have...
That's Amika de Jager leading off for the Clifton A team. She's coming off a back injury, but if you look at how she's swimming, it doesn't look like there is anything currently stopping her. Amika pulling ahead of DLRG there in second. As Savannah Voigt takes off, Amika de Jager going out in a 27:23 for a long distance swimmer. That is one incredible sprint time. We know Savannah Voigt has great underwaters, as does the German team. Fishhook up, taking their 4 strokes and back down. Savannah Voigt going the entire 50 underwater, as did our German team.
Savannah's underwater there was a 24.57.
Cara van Heerden once again showing off that beautiful butterfly technique. Heather, look at the way that she uses her hips, her up kick and her down kick, something we don't see terribly often. Most of the athletes choosing to rely solely on the down kick. The German team has pulled ahead of Summerstrand on this carry. That looks like Anna Fiona. It's all coming down to the changeover. And we have Jess Alec for Clifton being chased down by Johanna from DLRG, followed by the Summerstrand team. Heather, just look
This is
at
going to be
Johanna.
close. Looks
Look
like-
at Johanna, she is so smooth.
What a great catch-up for our team from Germany. Out in
Germany, Clifton. The Fisher team has had an amazing comeback there. Followed by Summerstrand in third. Fishhook in fourth. Kings Beach in fifth.
And in lane 1, we've got the Clifton B team coming in.
The Clifton B team
And then
with the
lanes-
Summerstrand B team
Yeah.
coming home for 7th in this heat. Heather, in this race for the open male pool lifesaver relay, it's going to be a very tight battle between the Clifton A team, Kings Beach A team, and the DLRG A team, as well as the Summerstrand A team. This is going to be an incredibly fast race.
I think so. So
Multiple national representatives in all, well, in 5 of those teams there.
in lane 1, we've got Clifton, made up from Mark Pincente, Troy McWilliam, Garth Brevet, and Noor Lombard. Lane 2, Fishhook, Heath Clark, Grant Neft, Matthew Braidling, and Wade Bjorkus. Lane 3, the Clifton A team, Matthew Pincente, Kian Blanche, Matthew Brooker, Daniel Miller. Lane 4, Kings Beach, Connor Bagley, Len Douglas Mackay, Bruce Minderon, and Johan Mollmann. Team from Germany, Fabian Herman, Clemens Volkov, Ben Brinkman, and Craig McClemont. Lane 6, Summerstrand, Damien Angel, Liam Schweitzer, Dion Dipper, and Johan Vosleur. In lane 7, we have the Clifton B team, Jack Allett, Zach Waters, Jake Hutton, and Luca Besson.
These boys are hyping themselves up. There is a lot of hype around this race. The excitement is real.
The teams are under starters orders. Out in
Have
front.
a look at the sprint arms taking off there in lane 7 for Clifton, along with Kings Beach in lane 4, forgive me.
I think that's Connor Bagley there from Kings Beach.
Connor Bagley having a massive swim there.
23.69 for Connor.
23.69 with the fastest 50 we have seen this evening. Beautiful underwater footage there coming through from our athletes.
Clifton away. Whoa. Had a little bit of a mess up there with the mannequin changeover. We've got the team from Clifton and from Kings Beach. Kings Beach represented by Len Douglas Mackay.
Kings Beach going to be handing over to Lane Douglas McKay,
Oh, apologies.
with Clifton handing over to Dan Miller. These two have gone head-to-head numerous times, and we are yet again seeing Bryce Minderin versus Matthew Pincente. Luca Poussin having a cracking swim for the Clifton B team in lane 7, handing over to Jack Alex. And the German team is away. Look at Len coming through there for Kings Beach, as well as Jack Alex on the far side for Clifton, who appears to be catching our DLRG team. Clifton in first, Kings Beach in second, Clifton third, DLRG in fourth. Summerstrand bringing it in there for fifth. Bishop in sixth. And our Clifton C team in first. The anchor leg there is swum by one of our national managers.
Oh, must have been Garth.
Showing the athletes that they can still manage and do it.
They can. Lolly, thank you very much for co-commentating with me this evening. Appreciate some of your insights. It's been really, really good. Thank you very much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Heather.
No problem. As we wrap up this evening's program, for those of you that have joined us on the live streaming, thank you very much for joining us for the evening session of day 2 of the 2026 DHL South African Lifesaving Pool Championships. We will be having a short break before we move into the prize giving and medal ceremony. Pool swimming is over for the evening, and we look forward to another great day of swimming tomorrow. Thanks for joining us.